Men, listen up. This is something most guys get wrong, and it kills connection with women faster than anything else. When a woman opens up about her problems, she's not handing you a checklist or asking for solutions. She's testing something deeper. Can you be present, calm, and steady when life throws emotions at you? Stoicism gives you the edge here. It's about mastering yourself so you don't get pulled into drama or panic when she vents. Most men hear a problem and immediately jump into fix-it mode. You think solving it makes you attractive, but it often does the opposite. She doesn't want a repairman. She wants a rock. She wants someone who can sit beside her, listen, and respond without losing composure or getting defensive. When you respond calmly and confidently, you signal stability, strength, and control, qualities that naturally draw her in. Here's the truth. Your value isn't in your advice. Your value is in your presence. Being stoic doesn't mean being cold or uncaring. It means staying grounded while she navigates her storm. Women want to feel safe with you, not lectured, not patronized, not fixed. Your ability to remain steady while she expresses herself builds trust, attraction, and intimacy in ways words alone never can. In this video, I'll break down exactly what to do, step by step. You'll learn why listening is more powerful than solving, how to respond without overreacting, and ways to make her feel understood while keeping your frame strong. These aren't just theories. They're practical tactics men can use today to handle emotional conversations without losing respect or control. By the end, you'll understand the subtle power of stoicism in relationships and why being the calm in her storm can turn ordinary connection into magnetic attraction.
1. Listen without fixing men. This is where most of you lose her before you even realize it. When a woman talks about her problems, your first instinct is usually to offer solutions. You think, if I solve this, she'll like me more. Wrong. Big mistake. She doesn't want a technician. She wants a man who can handle emotions without losing control. The first rule is simple. Listen first, speak later. Listening is more than just nodding or saying, I understand. It's about fully focusing on what she's saying without mentally preparing your response or planning a fix. Women can sense when your mind is elsewhere. If she feels you're only half present, her attraction drops instantly. The goal here is presence. Being fully there signals reliability, strength, and patience, all masculine qualities that attract. Notice the tone you use. Keep your voice calm, steady, and unshaken. Don't interrupt. Don't try to one-up her problems with your own stories. This isn't about proving your toughness or experience. It's about creating a safe space for her emotions. When you listen without judgment, you automatically become the anchor she didn't know she needed. A key technique is reflective listening. After she explains, repeat back a summary of what she said, like, "It sounds like you're frustrated with how things went today." This shows understanding without jumping into advice mode. It reassures her that you hear her clearly. And men, don't underestimate the power of silence. Sometimes, just holding space without words is more attractive than 1,000 clever solutions. Another important point, don't get dragged into the drama. If her emotions spike, anger, frustration, sadness, don't mirror them. Stay grounded. Your calm presence will naturally help her regulate her feelings. Women are wired to notice emotional stability. Your ability to remain composed while she vents is more magnetic than solving her problem ever could be. Finally, understand boundaries. Listening doesn't mean being her therapist or taking on her stress. Maintain your energy while showing care. You're a partner, not a fixer. By mastering this, you immediately stand out from men who panic, argue, or try to fix everything. She will feel understood, valued, and drawn to your strength. Bottom line, stop trying to solve first, listen first, and be present. That's how Stoicism turns a regular conversation into a subtle power move in attraction. 2. Stay calm under pressure. Men, one of the most attractive qualities you can show is emotional stability. When a woman opens up about her problems, the natural human reaction is to feel stress or pressure. You might get anxious, defensive, or even frustrated. That's normal, but here's the key. She's watching how you handle it. Stoicism teaches you to remain grounded, regardless of the emotional storm around you. Imagine this. She's venting about her day, frustrated, maybe even crying. A reactive man panics, tries to fix it, or gets annoyed. A stoic man. He stays calm, listens, and offers a steady presence. That calmness communicates strength without arrogance, stability without detachment. Women are biologically wired to sense safety, and your emotional control signals that she's safe with you. Staying calm doesn't mean you're emotionless. It means you control your response. Instead of mirroring her stress, you become the anchor. Even if she's yelling or upset, your voice stays steady, your body language relaxed, and your words measured. This approach prevents escalation and creates a sense of security. She will subconsciously respect and admire a man who doesn't lose control when tension rises. Practical steps to stay calm. 1. Breathe slowly. It slows your heart rate and helps you think clearly. 2. Pause before responding. A 2-second pause can prevent a reactive comment. 3. Maintain neutral body language. Arms uncrossed, posture open, calm facial expressions. 4. Repeat her feelings back calmly. I see you're really frustrated about this. Avoid common traps. Don't interrupt, don't lecture, and don't argue. Even if her frustration feels irrational, don't let it trigger your defensive instincts. Your calm presence shows confidence, reliability, and control, qualities that naturally attract her. Think of it like being the eye of a storm. The world around you might be chaotic, but your center is still, steady, and unshakable. That's magnetic. Women aren't just drawn to your words. They're drawn to the emotional energy you carry. When she leaves the conversation, she should feel lighter, understood, and connected to your stability. That emotional effect is far more powerful than any advice you could give. Bottom line, don't let her stress dictate your state. Stay calm, grounded, and present. Your steady energy is the silent signal of attraction and trustworthiness. 3. Validate. Without overpraising men, validation is a skill that separates average guys from men who truly attract. When a woman shares her problems, she's not looking for empty compliments or exaggerated praise. She wants acknowledgement, recognition that her feelings are real and legitimate. Stoicism helps you deliver this without losing your masculine frame. Validation isn't saying, "Oh, you're amazing, I don't know how you handle it." That's overpraising and comes across as weak or insincere. Instead, it's about acknowledging her emotions in a grounded way. For example, if she talks about a difficult day at work, you might say, "That sounds really challenging. I get why you're frustrated." Notice, no judgment, no exaggeration, just acknowledgement. Why does this work? Women want to feel understood, not fixed. Overpraising can make her feel like you're trying too hard to impress, or that you're desperate for her approval. Grounded validation communicates empathy, confidence, and emotional intelligence, all highly attractive traits. It shows you can handle her emotions without being overwhelmed. Another key is to mirror her emotional intensity subtly. If she's upset, match her tone calmly, not dramatically. You're not amplifying the problem. You're reflecting it with control. This reassures her that you see her reality without letting her storm pull you in. It's a subtle, powerful form of connection. Practical examples. If she's venting about a frustrating boss, sounds like that really pushed your buttons today. If she's stressed about a personal issue, I understand why that would weigh on you. If she's excitedly talking about progress she made, I can see why that feels like a win. Notice how none of these responses involve solving, overpraising, or offering advice. They acknowledge feelings, keep you grounded, and reinforce emotional safety. Women subconsciously notice this calm, validating energy, and it strengthens attraction. Finally, avoid pity. Pity lowers your masculine presence and reduces attraction. Validation is not about making her feel weak. It's about showing respect for her experience while keeping your composure. Think of it like holding a mirror to her emotions. She sees herself clearly without losing confidence, and she sees you as a rock she can lean on. Bottom line, validate her feelings without overdoing it. Stay calm, acknowledge her reality, and keep your masculine frame intact. This balance creates trust, safety, and subtle attraction that outshines any advice or solution you could offer. 4. Ask smart questions. Men, once you've listened and stayed calm, the next step is engaging without taking over. Smart questions show interest, understanding, and emotional intelligence without making her feel judged or lectured. This is a subtle way to draw her in while maintaining your stoic frame. The key is to ask questions that invite her to share more, rather than redirecting or solving. Avoid, "Why did you do that?" or anything that feels like interrogation. Those questions can come off as critical. Instead, go for open-ended, reflective questions. For example, how did that make you feel? What do you think would help you the most right now? What part of that was the hardest for you? Notice the difference. These questions focus on her experience and emotions, not on fixing the problem. They encourage deeper sharing while signaling that you're genuinely interested. Women feel drawn to men who can guide conversations with respect and curiosity without trying to dominate. Another tactic is strategic curiosity. Show that you're listening closely and pick up on small details she mentions. If she talks about stress at work, you might ask, "You mentioned that meeting went badly. What happened there?" This shows attention and care without overstepping. It communicates, "I'm present. I notice you. Be careful with timing." Don't bombard her with questions. Let her speak first, pause, then ask. Silence is powerful. It gives her space to think, reflect, and open up more naturally. Smart questioning combined with calm presence enhances attraction because it demonstrates emotional control and attentiveness simultaneously. Also, avoid trying to guess solutions through your questions. Questions are about understanding, not fixing. The moment you slip into solution seeking, you risk undermining her trust and your masculine presence. Your role is to guide the conversation emotionally, not logically. Finally, observe her responses. If she opens up more, continue listening and reflecting. If she withdraws or seems irritated, pull back slightly. She'll respect that you can handle her emotions without pressure. This gives her space and freedom while reinforcing your steadiness. Bottom line, ask smart, open-ended questions that deepen connection, show attention, and maintain your calm energy. The goal is understanding, not solving. And when done correctly, it makes you magnetically present in her emotional world. 5. Don't try to fix everything. Men, this is where most of you fail. When a woman shares her problems, your first instinct is to jump in with solutions. You think, "If I solve this, she'll see me as capable and strong." Wrong. She doesn't want a handyman. She wants a man who can handle emotions without losing himself. Stoicism teaches you that your strength lies in presence, not problem solving. Trying to fix everything immediately can backfire. She might shut down, feel unheard, or even lose attraction. Women often vent, not because they need solutions, but because they need someone steady to process with. Your role is not to rescue. Your role is to hold space while she works through her thoughts and feelings. Here's how to approach it. 1. Listen fully first. Don't think about solutions while she's talking. Be present, calm, and attentive. 2. Reflect what you hear. Summarize her feelings. It sounds like that situation at work really frustrated you. This shows understanding without jumping into problem-solving mode. 3. Offer perspective only if asked. Sometimes she'll seek advice, and that's your cue. Until then, hold back. Another key tactic is stoic detachment. This doesn't mean indifference, it means staying grounded and emotionally unshaken while she expresses herself. If she gets upset or dramatic, your calm presence is what makes her feel safe. She'll subconsciously respect and trust a man who isn't swept away by her emotions. Avoid phrases like, "You shouldn't feel that way," or "just do this." Those make her feel minimized and can kill connection fast. Instead, acknowledge her emotions and stay present. Let her vent, rant, or cry. Your steady energy is far more attractive than any advice you can give. Also, understand your boundaries. You're not responsible for fixing her life or carrying her emotional weight. Doing too much can make you less attractive, as it signals desperation or neediness. A healthy balance is showing empathy while keeping your composure. Bottom line, stop trying to fix everything. Listen, validate, and stay grounded. Be the calm in her storm, not the problem solver. This approach builds respect, trust, and attraction naturally, without effort. 6. Respond with strength. Men. Once you've listened, stayed calm, validated, and asked thoughtful questions, it's time to respond in a way that shows strength and stability. This isn't about giving advice or trying to fix her problems. It's about demonstrating your emotional presence and confidence. How you respond determines whether she feels supported, drawn to you, or distant. A strong response is clear, calm, and confident. It acknowledges her emotions without becoming overwhelmed or reactive. For example, if she's frustrated about work, you might say, "I can see why that would be stressful." "I'm here for you," short, grounded, and steady. You're not overcomplicating things. You're signaling that she can rely on you without you losing composure. Women are drawn to men who handle pressure without panic. Your calm responses communicate that you are dependable, strong, and trustworthy. This builds attraction at a deeper level than any clever comment or solution ever could. It's the energy you bring, not the words themselves, that matter most. Another element of a strong response is encouragement without overdoing it. Avoid statements that sound like flattery or empty praise. Instead, give subtle reinforcement. "You're handling this better than most would." It's honest, confident, and shows you notice her effort without diminishing your masculine presence. Body language also plays a role. Stand or sit relaxed, maintain eye contact without staring, and keep your voice steady. Avoid fidgeting or gestures that indicate nervousness. Your physical composure complements your verbal response, creating a package of strength and emotional stability that's naturally attractive. It's also important to set boundaries if needed. If she tries to pull you into constant problem-solving or emotional venting, stay firm but kind. "I hear you, and I want to support you, but I also need to keep my focus right now." This maintains your frame and communicates that while you're supportive, you have your own stability. Bottom line, respond in a way that is calm, confident, and supportive. Show strength without overcomplicating. Encourage without overpraising, and maintain composure. Your steady presence is magnetic, and it turns everyday conversations into opportunities to deepen attraction and trust. 7. Be the rock men. Everything you've done so far leads to this, being the rock. When a woman shares her problems, she's not just talking about events. She's exposing vulnerability. How you respond determines whether she feels safe, connected, and attracted. Being the rock means steady, calm, and reliable, no matter how intense her emotions get. Being a rock isn't about being emotionless. It's about control, presence, and grounded energy. She needs to know that no matter what she shares, you won't panic, judge, or overreact. That stability makes you magnetic. Women instinctively notice a man who can weather emotional storms without losing his composure. It signals security, strength, and masculine confidence. Practical ways to be the rock. 1. Maintain emotional composure. Stay calm regardless of her mood swings or intensity. 2. Stay present. Focus entirely on her while she speaks, without distraction. 3. Validate subtly. Acknowledge feelings without overpraising or offering unsolicited solutions. 4. Respond with grounded confidence. Short, calm, and supportive statements reinforce your stability. 5. Hold boundaries when necessary. Being the rock doesn't mean absorbing everything. It means supporting without being overwhelmed. Women test men this way. She may vent repeatedly or escalate emotions to see if you'll crumble, argue, or react dramatically. By staying composed, listening, validating, and responding calmly, you pass the test effortlessly. Your steady energy reassures her that she can be herself without losing your respect or attention. Remember, being the rock is about energy more than words. You don't need clever lines or endless advice. Your calm presence, attentive listening, and confident responses do the heavy lifting. She will feel drawn to you not because of what you say, but because of how you make her feel emotionally. Safe, understood, and connected. Finally, being the rock strengthens attraction over time. Women remember men who make them feel secure and grounded. Those emotional memories create deeper trust and desire than fleeting charm or problem-solving ever could. Your steady, stoic presence becomes a foundation she naturally gravitates toward, creating both respect and intimacy. Bottom line, be the rock. Stay calm, present, validating, and confident. Hold your frame, and your presence becomes magnetic, turning ordinary emotional conversations into opportunities for trust, attraction, and connection. Men, women don't share their problems to be fixed. They share them to feel understood, safe, and connected. By listening fully, staying calm, validating emotions, asking smart questions, and responding with grounded confidence, you become the rock she can rely on. Stoicism isn't coldness, it's mastery over your reactions, creating magnetic stability. The more present and composed you are, the more attraction grows naturally. Show strength without overcomplicating, support without taking over, and maintain your frame. Master this, and ordinary conversations become powerful tools,